Well, morning once again, Phil.
Yeah, morning.
And looking forward to the third and final part of this particular topic, this building.
Yeah.
So we'll have a bit of a recap at the end to remind people what we've covered. But one thing I did want to get your opinion on is a couple of things that I guess a lot of our clients, our viewers would have seen. And one of them is about sending bulk email. So because you can send to sort of thousands and thousands of people, you do see these offers of thousands of email addresses for less than £50. So is that a good way?
No. I think
that'd be a no then.
Yeah, that's a pretty direct no on that one. So some lists can be worth an investment, but only then as a front end, as one of your front end strategies to grow your list. So and even then you're only renting the names. From a proper list broker, you only rent the names for a one or a number of marketing touches. So that may be one of the techniques that some people would use, but it's a very, very front end activity. It's not really list building as I would call it, because it's so scattergun. You can get some lists that are more targeted than others, but these now have what they might have had the day, but they're kind of out of date now. Sometimes you can get lists of multiple buyers, but from my experience, it would be fair to say that most of those, if it's a good list, you keep it for yourself. Most of the lists that are on the market are either not targeted and so generic that they're not really worth buying, or they've been milked to death by the previous list owners, and therefore is probably full of tired buyers or subscribers of other products. So it's much better to do solid strategies to organically grow your own list and and engage with your list yourself and build up that rapport and reputation, than it is to invest however small amount of money it is in what would appear to be very large lists. Because they're too scattergun, they're too untargeted to really be effective for a business in the long term.
Okay, I can see that makes sense because of the untargeted aspect.
If I should add, if so, there are some good list brokers out there, and I don't want to be I don't want to talk ill of them all. There are also some complete pirates. There's a couple that I might use for that very front end tactic, and I have done it, and we'll put a link to those. That's Avengate and Highlight DMS. We'll put a link to those on the blog article, and I have used those. But I must stress it's a very front end technique, and would be one of several techniques that you would be doing to grow your list, but it absolutely shouldn't be the only one that you're rolling out, and that's when those lists are very targeted to your niche. There are loads of other list brokers out there who unfortunately aren't as reputable and sell lists that are quite frankly worthless.
Okay, well, thanks for that. The next question that I wanted to cover, I think I might predict the answer to this, is we've all seen, a lot of us have seen guaranteed traffic schemes where so businesses will say we'll send 100,000 or more visitors to your site. Worth it or not?
No. So if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Completely pointless. It would be better to have 2 targeted people visit a site than 100,000 that aren't. And the same goes for Facebook likes and Twitter followers. You can buy Facebook likes, and you can buy people to follow you on Twitter. it really does nothing at all. I mean, some people might argue that it overcomes the an amount of sort of critical mass that you might need. You know, you might need a number of followers before other people will start following you. If I'm honest, I don't really buy into that audience of people that agree with that. I think I tend to say grow your list organically, because it's better to be sending something out to 50 people that know, like and trust you than it is to be sending something out to 2,000 people who quite frankly have never heard of you, don't really engage with you, don't know who you are, and aren't in the market for your products and services.
Yeah, those are good points. I guess it's just tempting when you see those big figures to think it gives yourself a hit.
So the typical one is, you know, people aren't stupid, but the typical one is people get hooked into the, well, I've only got to pick up a small percentage of that.
Yes.
That 2,000, 200,000, whatever. But from my experiences of testing and measuring things myself over the years, and working with other clients and doing the same, is that never really comes true, and the percentage that you pick up from not qualified lists isn't worth having.
Okay, well that's very clear. Thanks for that. Okay, let's move into having a bit of a review of all the things that we've covered. We looking back, we've covered quite a lot of material over the last 3 weeks, and list building is an important part of building your business these days. So I'm wondering, under the various headings that we've had a look at, what message you would like to leave with people watching it. So the first thing we talked about was the money's in the list.
Yeah.
So what's the sort of takeaway there? What's the message that people need to hear there?
So there's two values in a list. And people tend to know of one, but not be aware of the second. So there is day-to-day trading sales in a list.
Right.
A list of engaged buyers and funneling them through to other products. That's the one that people tend to remember and be aware of. Those people that have sold a business will also realise that there's the lifestyle money comes from having a solid list of buyers and repeat buyers, because that can add many multiples to the value of your business in the long run. And so whilst the buyer list initially might be for day-to-day sales, month-to-month sales and turnover, right. Those that have a longer-term strategy and are looking to sell a business, or those that out there that may have done so, will also be completely aware that the lifestyle money, the lottery win, right. comes from building up a solid footing of proven buyers.
Right, and you're very definite that it's buyers. That it's not. That's the list.
It's so ingrained in me now, after having done it for so long now. I find it difficult to talk about inquiries. I only ever talk about a list as a list of buyers.
Okay. One of the other concepts you talked about was always adding value throughout the whole of the sort of cycle of people buying. Any comments on that to leave people with? Yeah.
So know, like, and trust. Remember that people need to know, like, and trust you. The best way to do that is to offer great value. It also positions you as an expert in your particular market or field. If people see you as an expert, they'll remember you. So the whole thing starts to go full circle, if you like. But the key really is if you can remember the three words: know, like, trust, and base your engagement with people online all around that. If you're constantly trying to build your relationship with people so that they know, like, and trust you, then in time, when you introduce offers to them, you'll be pleasantly surprised by the percentage take-up.
Okay, and building on that know, like, trust, you were also very clear to think about the social media platform that's most appropriate for a particular business, not just go sort of hell for leather for all of them.
Yeah, so it's better to do one well than lots badly. So pick one, research one, survey your current customers and see which platform they use. And if you don't do any social media at all, just pick the one where your customers tend to hang out the most, and then go in there, join in their conversations, add value, give them free advice, and you'll start to get that know, like and trust going.
And it's interesting because you, even in saying that, it comes over that this isn't instant. So just as you wouldn't go to a networking event expecting to sell the first 5 or 10 minutes, it's a slower burn. Like, even though we're all sort of taken by the speed of social media, it does take a while to build up that credibility.
Yes, absolutely. It's not an overnight thing, but having said that, if you're not doing it, the best time to start is right now.
Sure.
Yeah, a lot of business owners that I've met over the years tend to put this type of stuff off. But if you're a month or 2 months or a quarter or 2 quarters down the road, then even if you only even if you're only able to do and add 10 people a month, across a year that's 120 people that will be on your list that weren't.
Yeah.
So it's a better way to chunk it down and add to it slowly is a much better way of getting there, and start it now, because if you've only got 10 people on your email list, that's 10 people that would like to hear from you, and then add another 10 the next month and another 10 the next, and you'll soon be away, and you'll soon actually, from my experience of working with clients, be adding 40 and 50 and 60 and hundreds of people a month anyway. So that's the best way to build it up.
Okay. And I know we haven't really had time to talk about some of the tools, but as I understand it, there are some automated tools that make this sort of list building and keeping in touch with people much easier than it was, isn't it?
Yeah, so the workbook refers to various tools that are out there to help you, help business owners set up and grow lists. We've highlighted the ones that we recommend. They're solid companies that have been around for many years, and in the industry, the e-commerce industry and online marketing industry, they're well known as the market leaders. Okay. So starting at the front end, we've talked about SurveyMonkey, which is a free service and gives you the opportunity to engage with your audience and hear their views. And if you can go to SurveyMonkey, we'll put a link on the blog page. You can run surveys completely free of charge, so you can start for nothing there. Likewise, MailChimp is another free email newsletter and sort of email broadcast service provider. They have a free part to their system, and you can start there for free and then upgrade to some paid for services with them later. They're a good, reputable firm. We personally use the next two. Aweber is an American company and is arguably the industry leader when it comes to email marketing. They run a very strict opt-in service, so you can't bulk mass mail and spam mail people. Which is a good discipline to have, and Aweber, the way their system's structured, just won't let you do that. Right. So that is a pay-for service, but then again, you do get the first month for $1, I think, and then it's something like $19 a month thereafter. So whilst it's paid for, it's still really very affordable. And then we use TalkFusion for these video emails because they get great engagement, and people prefer to watch and listen and learn than read. So TalkFusion is a more of a premium paid for, but in our experience is worth every penny.
Great stuff. Well, I know one of the things that you're very keen on is that you give value at every sort of interaction. I'm absolutely sure that the last 3 weeks have done that. That people have got
I hope so.
a lot of value from that. So one last thing about list building to leave people with. If there's only one thing, hopefully there's more, but if there's only one thing that they take away from this particular month's video clips, what would that be? What do they really need to know?
So grow it. I'd say grow it organically. Don't get sucked in to the traps of trying to buy traffic and trying to get an instant solution. You're far better to grow it organically and engage with your audience. And if it's 10 people to start with, then it's 10 people to start with, and that really doesn't matter. Just get in touch with them. Those 10 don't know that they're the only 10.
Sure.
So it's best to get started straight away. If you don't do something already, get started straight away. However low the numbers, just get started, and then put some strategies in place to gradually, organically grow your list and engage with those people that are on your list on as many platforms as is sensible for your company, because you'll quickly build up the know, like and trust element with the individuals.
Brilliant. Okay, well, that's been a great. That's been very educational on list building. So
Good. I've enjoyed it.
yeah, good.
Good fun.
Thanks very much. Thanks.
Cheers.